Welcome back to the Book Bros. I'm one of your Book Bros. My name is Stefan. Today we're talking about Sword God in a World of Magic by Warmasock. For a quick synopsis of this novel, there is a god mad at his world. Essentially, he's created a world to give him entertainment. He made so many ways to get stronger and to ascend, but essentially only one type of way to getting stronger and ascending came out on top, which is mages. Essentially, the top mage, as soon as they hit a certain point in their growth to becoming essentially a god, they killed every other way to become that strong on the world. So thus, the god of the world is mad. Thus, he brings in Alex, and he gives him a stipulation. He took him from Earth, threw him on his world, essentially being like, you're becoming stronger, you cannot use magic at all, and I want you to get as strong as possible to the point where you can come up here and fight me. So, bring it on. My first thoughts on this novel, I really enjoyed reading this novel. It's definitely a different way of seeing how fantasy worlds could be used to cultivate without having the cultivation type way of doing things in the Eastern type novels. So it's really fun to see, especially when he can't use magic. He has to actively find a different path than everyone else is expecting him to follow, to go up the way so God just doesn't smite him, essentially being like, you have to get up to my point and fight me without using the main path that the main magic god essentially destroyed with everything else. For the plot of this novel, it's a really fun plot. It's a really cool fantasy novel where just because he can't use magic, he has to essentially find a different way to cultivate to get stronger and choose the path of the warrior, obviously. So he has to find different ways to get stronger without essentially getting killed by the high mages of this world. So it's really fun to see him go in that direction. And it's a really, really cool plot just because he can't use magic. So he's only really stuck in this one way of doing things. So I give this solid plot a solid 4 out of 5. I really, really enjoy reading this novel. For subplots, definitely there are some subplots. There's like an academic arc, or there's like little things where because he's trying to figure out how to get stronger without being a mage and not being able to use magic at all. It's really cool to see the direction that the author takes the main character and what he has to do to become stronger. For character development, I really enjoy this character in the way that he goes, because even right now, he's struggling with the concept of, do I get stronger by myself, or do I get stronger with people around me, with the people I care about in this world? So it's really interesting to see the dynamic and like the split of himself and like him fighting with himself essentially in this character growth. That he has to decide the direction of his mentality to get stronger. So it's going to be really cool to see where it goes, and I'm really excited for even more of this guy's character growth. I give it a solid 5 out of 5. I think it's some of the best character growth I've ever read. For Foreshadowing, definitely the world is against him going this direction. So just having the concept of the foreshadowing of him having to fight essentially the world and the top of the world, and what the direction that the people of this world want to go, or at least have made. And it's really cool seeing the little snippets that he has to go through to be able to become stronger. So the foreshadowing of this novel is pretty solid. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'm really looking forward to the things that they've foreshadowed already in this novel. For writing, solid 5 out of 5 for writing. There's nothing wrong with this novel. The writing is fine. There's no grammatical errors. It's really easy to read, so it's really fun to read. You can just keep going and going and going, and you won't have an issue. So again, a solid 5 out of 5, I would say, for writing or translation. But my final thoughts, really enjoy this novel. I really enjoy the first 100 chapters, even as where it is right now. I'm not that far after 100 chapters, and just the struggle that he has to go through his mentality and through his character, and having to choose essentially like the direction that he's going to be going to become stronger. It's just so cool to see the struggle he has within himself, the powers, how he is becoming stronger, and the path that he's choosing. It's really, really awesome to see. I really enjoy this novel, and I think that anyone that likes fantasy or a different way of cultivation, like fantasy cultivation, will really, really enjoy this novel. I give it a solid 5 out of 5. I really, really like this novel. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you enjoy this, I have more novel reviews on the channel. My buddy has some fanfic novel reviews up on the channel as well, if you like fan fiction. So go ahead and go over there if you're ever looking for a novel and you want to know it's good or not. Thank you again. Hope to see you around. Bye.